Welcome to the debate on the topic, Are Ghosts Real? We have Egon and Raymond with us today to present their perspectives. Egon, please start with your constructive statement on the topic.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you to advocate for the possibility of the existence of ghosts. As we explore this topic, we must first understand that the term ghosts represents phenomena that have been reported across different cultures throughout history. These accounts describe apparitions, strange noises, and feelings of presence that cannot be explained by contemporary understanding of the physical world. My argument rests on three pillars: eyewitness accounts, historical consistency, and the limits of current scientific understanding. Firstly, there have been countless eyewitness accounts of ghostly encounters. While skeptics may dismiss these as illusions or psychological phenomena, the sheer volume and similarities of these experiences across different societies suggest there may be something beyond anecdotal evidence. We must consider the possibility that these encounters are glimpses into something that our current scientific paradigms cannot fully explain. Secondly, the historical consistency of ghost stories suggests that this is not just a cultural fad or mass hallucination, but rather an enduring mystery rooted in the human experience. From ancient folklore to modern-day ghost hunters, people have consistently reported encounters with the supernatural. Lastly, our current scientific understanding is not absolute. Science is always evolving, and just because we cannot fit ghosts into a contemporary scientific framework doesn't mean they don't exist. Throughout history, many phenomena were once considered supernatural until science advanced enough to explain them. In the same vein, what we consider ghosts could be manifestations of energies or dimensions that our current tools cannot detect. In conclusion, while definitive proof of ghosts remains elusive, we cannot dismiss the possibility of their existence given the limitations of our understanding and the pervasive nature of these experiences. The world is full of mysteries, and it's possible that ghosts are one of them.
Thank you, Egon, for your statement. However, I must respectfully disagree with the proposition that ghosts are real. My argument is based on the principles of scientific inquiry, burden of proof, and the problem of falsifiability. Firstly, the principles of scientific inquiry dictate that claims require evidence. The anecdotal accounts and personal testimonies presented as evidence for ghosts do not meet the rigorous standards of empirical research. Personal experiences, while compelling, are subject to a range of psychological factors such as cognitive biases, perceptual illusions, and suggestibility. Human perception is not infallible, and there is substantial psychological research indicating that people can experience very real feelings and visions that are not grounded in external reality, especially under stress or in altered states of consciousness. Secondly, the burden of proof lies with those claiming the existence of an unobservable phenomenon. Given the lack of reproducible evidence for ghosts, it's more rational to adhere to the null hypothesis, which suggests that ghosts do not exist until proven otherwise. Without verifiable evidence, we cannot deduce the existence of ghosts. Claims based on historical consistency do not constitute proof, but rather illustrate the common human propensity for storytelling and myth-making across cultures. Lastly, the problem of falsifiability is central to the scientific method. A theory must be testable and capable of being proven false. Ghosts, as typically described, do not operate within the rules of the physical world and thus escape scientific scrutiny. Without objective methods to test the existence of ghosts, the concept falls into the realm of the unfalsifiable and therefore unscientific. In summary, while the idea of ghosts captures the human imagination and plays a significant cultural role, as a supernatural proposition, it does not hold up to the standards of scientific inquiry that guide our understanding of the physical universe. Until extraordinary evidence can be presented that withstands the rigors of scientific examination, the stance that ghosts are real is not supported.
Thank you, Egon and Raymond, for your insightful statements. Now I invite Egon to present his rebuttal to Raymond's arguments.
My esteemed colleague Raymond presents a grounded scientific perspective that I respect. However, the arguments presented require a rebuttal that encapsulates the complexity of the ghost phenomenon. Regarding the scientific inquiry and the evidentiary standards, it's crucial to recognize that absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. While it's true that eyewitness accounts do not adhere to the strict protocols of controlled scientific research, they do constitute a form of qualitative data that can lead to hypotheses worthy of investigation. Science progresses by exploring the unexplained, not by dismissing it outright because it doesn't fit into current understanding. To argue the burden of proof is to assume that all that exists can indeed be proven with the tools we currently have, which history has shown is not always the case. The scientific revolution is filled with instances where phenomena were demonized or ridiculed until tools and theories caught up to reality. This doesn't mean we accept all claims at face value, but rather remain open to investigation and refinement of our understanding. Finally, touching on the problem of falsifiability, it's important to remember that many scientific ideas begin as unfalsifiable hypotheses that only become testable with advancements in technology and theory. Not long ago, the existence of gravitational waves or the Higgs boson were near the borders of unfalsifiable, until they weren't. Ghosts may fall outside the purview of current scientific detection, but this does not inherently disqualify their existence. It is a call to broaden our scientific lens and innovate. While I concede that ghosts have not been proven by scientific means, it is the unknown and unexplained that often drives scientific inquiry forward. Dismissal without investigation is antithetical to the spirit of discovery. Therefore, while ghosts remain unproven, they shouldn't be declared unreal with our present knowledge. They remain a possibility, one that tantalizes both our scientific curiosity and our timeless quest to understand the mysteries of our universe.
Aegon, your points regarding the complexity of the ghost phenomenon and the evolution of scientific understanding are well taken. Nevertheless, the principles governing scientific exploration and understanding cannot be set aside when evaluating claims of paranormal activity. It is true that the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, but in the context of scientific rigor, this principle serves as a caution against forming premature conclusions, rather than an invitation to validate unproven phenomena. Qualitative data derived from eyewitness accounts may indeed inspire inquiry, but cannot alone substantiate the existence of ghosts without objective and measurable evidence. Our history is indeed marked by the discovery of previously unknown phenomena, but it is also punctuated by the refinement and correction of beliefs once held to be true. Scientific tools and methods evolve, but they do so by building upon a framework of verifiability and reproducibility. Mysteries eventually yield to scrutiny, not merely to the passage of time or to persistent belief. With regard to falsifiability, the comparison to gravitational waves or the Higgs boson is not entirely apt. Both of these were theoretical predictions based on existing, well-established scientific frameworks, and the efforts to detect grounded in scientific methodologies capable of falsification. Ghosts, as traditionally conceived, do not arise from such frameworks and offer no clear means to a falsifiable test. In conclusion, while the pursuit of the unknown is a noble and essential facet of science, the methods by which we approach these pursuits must be grounded in the best practices of scientific investigation. Romanticizing the unknown can inspire, but it cannot replace the need for concrete evidence. Until such evidence is brought forth and withstands scrutiny under falsifiable conditions, the scientific position must remain that ghosts, though a captivating concept, do not stand up to current empirical standards, and are therefore relegated to the realm of folklore and not of fact.
Thank you, Egon and Raymond, for engaging in this thought-provoking debate on the existence of ghosts. Your insightful arguments have shed light on the complexities surrounding this topic. While the debate may not lead to a definitive conclusion, it has certainly highlighted the differing perspectives and challenges in addressing paranormal phenomena within the framework of scientific inquiry. Egon presented a compelling case for the possibility of the existence of ghosts, citing eyewitness accounts, historical consistency, and the limitations of current scientific understanding. Raymond, on the other hand, emphasized the principles of scientific inquiry, burden of proof, and the problem of falsifiability in his argument against the reality of ghosts. Both debaters showcased the importance of critical thinking, empirical evidence, and the evolution of scientific understanding in evaluating claims of paranormal activity. This debate has reminded us that the pursuit of the unknown is a vital aspect of scientific inquiry, but it must be approached with rigorous methodology and standards. In conclusion, the existence of ghosts remains a fascinating and enduring mystery that continues to captivate human curiosity. While the debate has provided valuable insights, the question of whether ghosts are real is perhaps one that may continue to provoke discussion and investigation. I thank Egon and Raymond for their participation, and I encourage our audience to engage in further exploration and contemplation on this intriguing topic.